Welcome, friends. This is Archangel. I think many males, on some level, realize females are hazardous to male welfare and well-being. Yet, males will not leave females alone. So I theorize about certain curiosities that I see from males in regards to females. Why do males develop these specific aesthetic tastes that they do? I find males try to mitigate the risks by going for females that do not possess or advertise standard feminine features. I think males try to bypass the blatant display of female entitlement and hypergamy by going for less conventional females. I further posit that males may develop fetishes of female appearance that necessarily retard the feminine ego a couple notches. Meaning what? Okay, so some males will go for females that have more masculine facial features, or females with less typical female curves, or females with male physiques, narrow hips, small chest, etc., since a flat-chested female is less likely to be cocky or as entitled as her double D counterpart. Moreover, some males look for damaged females, such as one with acne marks or amputees, because they figure that these females will not be as flagrantly hypergamous nor entitled and will appreciate any male attention that they receive more than a movie star or supermodel would. Or, males may go for former bad girls with promiscuous pasts, assuming that his affections will be more secure and philandering will be less a worry with a beat-up car sporting 250,000 miles rather than a brand new car. Males realize, on some level, females are entitled, hypergamous, self-centered, manipulative, and uncaring. Thus, I think many males look for and search out female ego killers, anything which will necessarily tame female instinct to use and move on. This is done as a protection mechanism, such as developing a liking for physical damage or uncommon physical attributes that may dissuade most mainstream males from pursuing a particular female. Hence these males sweep in to woo them, free of the constant challenge from every other male that comes along. And such unconventional females are usually so starved for affection that they will be more thankful and quasi-loving and conditionally loyal to that male that comes along and pledges his shovel status to her. Simple economics. Lower demand, lower cost. And lower cost for a female for her attention and affection ultimately translates into less pain and less costs for him. A female that looks like Carmen Electra, lots of pain, lots of torment, and lots of money. A plain female or a damaged female, on the other hand, lot less risk, lot less pain, and a marked down ticket price. This is the theory that males operate from. The appreciation the female shows these males who grace such females is not genuine caring for these males, it is appreciation under duress. You must realize that if less than optimally attractive females could look how they truly desired to look, they would be just as snooty and entitled as any supermodel. Well, because they would look like supermodels, if they truly could. Females that are less than attractive, they absolutely want to be attractive, because females deep down want to get pampered and coddled and carried through life effortlessly, simply because of their looks, because they are pretty. And on some level, the females that cannot manipulate males with their physical looks, they resent the fact that they cannot manipulate males with their looks. Anyhow, I surmise that males develop female tastes out of the ordinary 36-24-36 as a means to bypass and disarm the entitled hotties, and perhaps find a female whose ego has been checked because of her lack of conventional appeal, and the pursuant entitlement and male attention that inevitably follows fair beauty of societal consensus. Other males develop such specific tastes that no female could possibly match all such traits or attributes. Thus their heart might never be at the mercy of any parasitic female or relationship. Hence they will never be hurt if they never fall in love with her. If they never find any female to meet their impossible standards, they will never be used. And even if they do find their right combination of hair, height, skin tone, earlobe placement, or ankle circumference, they will still find a flaw in order to reject her, so that they may keep their heart intact, because males know deep down that all females loathe males regardless of what combination of physical features, attributes, or fetishes you require to instigate lust and attraction. During the unicorn phase of my purple pill existence, I found myself going for females who I thought most males would ignore, and thus I could swoop in and claim these females who had their ego and hypergamy checked because of the decreased demand for them due to physical inadequacies or aesthetics not in the norm for female beauty. I find myself attracted to flat-chested females, super tall females, super lean type females, or tatted up bad girls, such as suicide girls. I required a combination of jet black hair and crystal blue eyes, or jade eyes, super fit, lean body, lack of mammaries, thin wrists and ankles, natural beauty, no fake nails or nail polish, etc. I mean, I had lists. Then I topped it all off with a foot fetish. I like attractive female feet, and I have my specific definitions of what constitutes attractive female feet. And since 98% of female feet do not meet my stringent criteria, especially in concert with the rest of the aforementioned criteria, well, I pretty much assured myself of not letting any female into my inner sanctum of tenderness and caring, which is where the real me resides. The females I have associated with, I have had to play various gradations of physical attraction. Okay, she's tall, but she has blonde hair. She is fit, but she has a big chest. She has a cute face, but she has jacked up feet. Because of these partial criteria deficiencies, I knew I may be able to enjoy the moment and the very fleeting attraction of a couple nice features, but I could never really be attracted to them fully for the long haul, since they did not meet all my criteria. Even though the long haul is a fallacy, I find human males and females were never meant to sexually interact with fixed partners indefinitely. Now, many people have an aversion to feet, and I've spent many an hour trying to pinpoint the genesis of my fetishism for feet. I have, as long as I can remember, had a thing for attractive female feet. Perhaps it is a mysterious preference holdover from a previous life, placed into my psyche because I realized the underlying nature of the human female animal, and I knew that this time around such a specific item would weed out most females from my radar in this trip to planet Earth. Maybe it was like a note from myself in a previous life saying, females use males, do not get romantically involved. So developing a specific taste for feet would weed most females out, since most females will not meet your standards. Thus chances are above average that you will evade slavery. That's a fanciful theory anyways. It would seem that fetishes are most definitely acquired tastes, like black coffee or beer. The first time I tasted both of these liquids, I thought, people actually enjoy this crap? Ugh. Perhaps I subconsciously observed misandry and gynocentrism throughout my life, and in turn created defense mechanisms such as taking a universally disparaged body part and fetishizing it such that I developed specific tastes in order to keep my heart safe, since most females could not meet my specified criteria nor satisfy my lengthy lists of prerequisites, including aesthetics, intelligence, and caring. Either way, it kept me safe, since it seemed to be one or the other. I would either find a female with adequate feet, but nothing else, or I would find a hottie with jacked up dogs. It was either a Ferrari with donut wheels, or sparkling 24-inch chrome wheels on a minivan. Moreover, finding a female that was like-minded towards feet is a virtual impossibility. Females, on a macro scale, loathe feet. So I set myself up for disappointment no matter the circumstances or combination, since females could not meet all my criteria. And this ultimately had genius to the madness because it essentially spared my heart from usury, since I did not fall. I think males develop tastes out of the ordinary in relation to females and aesthetic beauty as a defense mechanism against malice, female self-interest, hypergamy, and gynocentrism that belies the motivations of these angels incarnate, which males on some level understand to be indicative of the human female. Yes, all of them. Hence, males develop varied, differing tastes in their hunt for female affection and salvation. Some males like androgynous females. Some like crude, ill-behaved, vulgar-mouthed females. Others like tatted-up chicks. Some like non-shaved, all-natural Sheilas. Males may not realize it, but many look for uncommon traits or the unconventional as a way to find chinks in the female armor of female entitlement, hypergamy, and male apathy that they may exploit in order to leverage the female attention they so desperately seek. Males pick a member of the herd that is less than popular and who lags behind the rest of the herd in hopes of finding that special unicorn disenchanted with herd politics. Some males develop a liking for females that will pee or defecate on them. Other males like females to abuse or humiliate them. How fitting is that? Females crap on, abuse, and humiliate males in everyday reality, even when males don't have ball gags in their mouths, being whipped by mistresses in thigh-high boots. Given males' treatment by society, and females especially, it's not surprising that males develop fetishes for being whipping posts or toilets. Look at the disdain and abuse females heap onto males physically, emotionally, psychologically, and in every other way possible. Moreover, males are trained to view themselves and their worth as inferior to even the most deficient female, to the point that they want her to drop a Cleveland steamer on his chest during sexual trysts as a reaffirmation of his worth, as nothing more than a porta potty as far as females in society is concerned. On the flip side, however, maybe males like to see females defecating because this humiliates the female. It brings her down to a human status, since most females will flagrantly deny that they have lower bodily functions such as defecating or farting. Thus, a female pooping or farting in front of a male actually causes her to be dethroned from her exalted pillars of perfection and aesthetic sterility and goddess status. So maybe some males like to see this because it shows her human side. She really does take bowel movements like every other creature, rather than her artificially sterile, perfect reputation as angels perched atop marble thrones of divine ordinance, which society paints the entirety of the human female sex as being. Some males will take the opposite tack to guarding their hearts. Rather than developing tastes that are micrometer specific, instead, they make themselves unattractive, so vultures will leave them alone. They may try to lessen their appeal by wearing ragged clothes, or mismatched styles, or some greasy, unwashed ball cap, or have a scraggly hairstyle, or beard, or uncut nails. Anything that is deemed inappropriate for males, they unconsciously invoke to repel female attention and solicitation away from themselves, so they won't have to be used or hurt by the black widows and their insatiable predation upon males. The sad irony of all this, the only pitfall in this grand plan of making oneself unattractive to females or developing taste or fetishes for females in order to guard one's heart, is that even if males evade individual parasitism from females, they are still used and discarded by a gynocentric society that upholds female entitlement and enforces male devaluation and disposal. Males are realizing unconsciously and in increasing numbers females' true nature, which is at odds, complete odds, with the altruistic, benevolent angels they are portrayed and painted as. Males understand female nature, and they are trying to get around it by developing uncommon tastes in regards to females. This is all taking place in the unicorn hunting phase of purple pill denial. Males think that if they can find a female devoid of mainstream beauty, that they might find that unicorn which will care for them, or at least be less brazen about their entitlement and self-interest than perhaps a supermodel would be. Anyhow, just a few thoughts about certain aesthetic tastes that hail mysterious origins. Many a psychologist will say that such tastes or fetishes are a result of childhood this or traumatic experience that, and perhaps I am totally off base. Still, a few things remain. 1. Females do not care about males beyond the utility that they extract from them. So males realize they are all alone, and they rail against it by projecting purity and benevolence into females, and then go from female to female searching for this falsehood. However, the more they are around females, the more they are faced with female malice and self-interest. Thus, they look for females with unconventional features or attributes as a way to avoid competition with other males for her attention. Again, less demand, lower ticket price. And such things as a small chest, or acne, or deformities, or amputees, or overweight, these all mark down the ticket price, which, at the end of the day, essentially translates into, yes, perhaps this female may still use me, but at least her temporary affection will cost a whole lot less than a supermodel's attention would. Moreover, many males will look for these deficiencies as a way to find females whose insatiable entitlement has been held in check, since she is not in as much demand as some sports supplement spokeswoman would be. This is all, of course, the bargaining and compromise phase of purple pill existence, where you realize misandry, but you're still in the Easter egg hunt, looking for unicorns. Only in this case, you're looking for fetish unicorns. However, when you are truly honest with yourself, you'll realize that fetish unicorns are female, and females are like every other female. There is no getting around this. If she is female, she will use you for provision and protection, for utility. That's what you are. So, when you're done with your Easter egg hunt for unicorns, fetish unicorns, any unicorn, I will be here waiting. My friends, stand with me. Live free.